And here tonight is now day number 30 of the government shutdown, and there is no vote currently scheduled in the Senate to take up a short-term funding bill with that dire deadline coming for so many on Saturday. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. For now, this means there's no end in sight to the government shutdown. We're only days away from this being the longest in history. And as the government shutdown nears the one-month mark, Vice President J.D. Vance met with aviation workers at the White House. They are considered essential federal employees who are working without pay. Congressional Republicans continue to blame Democrats, while Democrats are warning the government could remain closed into November.
The Democrats are ready to continue this shutdown, I guess forever.
Republicans have spent the entire shutdown with their heads in the sand, the shutdown they caused, because they would not negotiate with Democrats.
Democrats say they won't agree to reopen the government until Republicans extend health care subsidies to prevent Obamacare premiums from skyrocketing.
Well, with the government shutdown dragging now into a fourth week at the one-month mark right now, supplemental nutrition assistance programs called SNAP as well. The benefits could be cut off as early as Saturday. Food banks across the country are already seeing long lines and shorter supplies, some even right here in Kentuckiana. ABC News reports some smaller grocers across the country have already stopped accepting SNAP benefits days ahead of the official cutoff. Well, new tonight at 5, a Spencer County, Kentucky butcher shop is stepping up to help feed their neighbors impacted by the SNAP benefits freeze, and they're calling on deer hunters to help them out.
Alexandra Goldberg and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton have the call to action from Taylorsville.
That includes the kill feeds, vacuum seal, and all the standard cuts.
At a Spencer County butcher shop, that does it all.
We harvest, we process, we give to the community.
Taylorsville Butcher Block is all about giving back.
Harder times, you know, with the government shutdown, more people are not able to go in the store and get meat. But the meat is the protein that you need, you know, to be able to survive.
Partnered with the Kentucky program Hunters for the Hungry, Amanda Vaught is calling on deer hunters to donate their extras. The Butcher Block will take care of the rest.
Most deer hunters hunt to fill their freezers. They don't hunt to fill their tags.
We appreciate it.
You go out, you harvest a deer, you bring it in, you donate it, we process it, and then we donate it to food banks across our community.
600,000 Kentuckians will see their SNAP benefits run out on Saturday if the government shutdown continues, according to Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear.
We've had a lot of people reach out to us as to what we can do.
This isn't their first year donating extra venison to food banks. Last year, they collected 2,800 pounds of donated deer. This year, hoping to double it.
I would love to reach like 4,000 pounds.
Amanda says this year is extra important, as without food stamps in November, her neighbors will rely on local food banks to feed their families.
This means the world to us, our family, that we are able to process this meat for our community, our neighbors. It's just a blessing. It's a gift from God.
Amanda's bottom line is whether you're donating venison or cans of food, when there's a need in your community, step up and help your neighbors. In Spencer County, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
Taylorsville Butcher Block is open Tuesday to Sunday. They are located on Taylorsville Road.
Also here tonight, the government shutdown is expected to impact millions of people, including hundreds of thousands right here in the state of Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear today in his Team Kentucky statement says his administration is doing what it can to help, including giving millions of dollars in state funds for senior meals and the TANF program, but says that the federal government needs to act as well.
Let me be clear. The Trump administration can fund SNAP. They can make that decision. It has been done in past shutdowns, and the money is there. No Kentucky family should have to choose between putting food on the table and paying their rent.
Governor Beshear says Kentucky joined a multi-state lawsuit urging the government to continue funding SNAP during the shutdown. In the meantime, Team Kentucky is hosting a food drive with donation boxes set up in Frankfort and Louisville to support charities like Dare to Care and God's Pantry. And by the way, here at home, WHAS 11 News certainly knows how generous Kentuckiana can be in times of need. And if you know of someone who needs food as well and may be interested in donating to a local food bank, our team at WHAS 11 has put a great guide together for you on our website. Just text the words food pantry to the number on your screen here to WHAS 11, 502-582-7290. We're then going to send you back a link with a complete list of the food pantries up and running across Kentuckiana at the moment.
Also starting Saturday, nearly 400,000 Hoosiers could see their health care premiums double. For perspective, a 60-year-old who earns around $83,000 could see their premium increase more than $12,000. Indiana State Minority Leader Shelley Yoder is among several lawmakers calling on the president and congressional Republicans to create a bipartisan bill to keep costs from increasing and to reopen the government.
We need President Trump and Republican congressional leaders to work across the aisle, to work together, just like we ask Hoosiers to do, to get this done. Those premium tax credits are a lifeline for almost 400,000 Hoosiers.
GOP Senator Rick Scott says premiums will increase regardless if the Affordable Care Act subsidies are extended. President Trump has said in the past he is looking at alternatives to the ACA, saying it's not good health care.
And a big move for a major Louisville company, so iconic. Yum Brands announcing today it's going to be moving its Louisville corporate office into the PNC Tower, the skyscraper in downtown Louisville next year. In June of 2025, Yum Brands announced that it's going to be donating its Louisville campus, you see right here on Gardner Lane, to JCPS for their new headquarters. Searching for a new home in the meantime, the company expects to move into the downtown tower late 2026 following planned renovations. Well, here on this Halloween Eve, Connie, it is no trick, but a treat. Something appeared in the sky we haven't seen in many days late this afternoon.
Can you believe it? There.
I wonder if Mallory can guess what that is.
Oh, man, a beautiful, beautiful sight. I know. What is that bright thing in the sky? I have to find my sunglasses. I put them away.
I know,
yes.
It's like,
you haven't needed them
bye-bye
all week.
sunglasses, don't need them anymore, but
Yeah.
I can see our tower cameras looking great over downtown.
Yes, so the system that we've been tracking is finally pushing off to our east and northeast. It's been taking that rain along with it. Obviously, we had some lingering drizzle this morning, and now the clouds, they are following suit. So they are pushing from west to east, clearing out of here. We're seeing a lot more clearing west of I-65. If you're east of I-65, you may get in a sight of that sunshine before it does set this evening. I mean, just take a look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. From our Hughes and Coleman Shriners Children's camera here. Temperatures today, we've had a range, of course, based on the clearing of the clouds. So some upper 50s to the north and northwest, lower 50s down to the southeast here. And your hour-by-hour futurecast through this evening, breezy and cool certainly out there. Clouds will continue to decrease, which will allow temperatures to drop pretty quickly overnight into the upper 30s and lower 40s by tomorrow morning. But all is looking good for your Halloween forecast. We'll take a look at that and your weekend outlook coming up here in a few minutes.
All evil needs to progress is for good men to do nothing. So I said, well, I need to get involved.
New here at 5, Kentucky state lawmakers are now pushing the Kentucky Parole Board to keep Ron Exantis in prison. He's been returned to Kentucky, extradited back from Florida this week after being released early to Florida. A jury found Exantis not guilty for murdering a 6-year-old boy in 2015, only due to insanity. Ahead of the possible parole hearing coming up, the boy's family is also tonight calling for Exantis to serve out the remainder of his sentence.
Yeah, that was 20 years for assaulting Logan's sister and father. And as our Ian Hardwood reports, the parole board has consistently voted to keep Exantis behind bars.
The kids worry that, that he's going to come back, and I think they have every right to worry about that.
Ronald Exantis is back in prison in Kentucky, 1 hour away from Dean Tipton. Because of his felony assault conviction, Exantis had to register with the Marion County Sheriff in Florida. Within 48 hours of arriving, the office says he didn't. The state of Florida sent Exantis back to Oldham County. Exantis is currently being held inside the Kentucky State Reformatory just over the hill. Historically, the parole board has voted to keep Exantis imprisoned. However, the letter of the law is what let him out early. Previous Kentucky laws let Exantis out with good behavior credits and the supervised reentry program. Although Exantis said in court that he killed 6-year-old Logan Tipton in Versailles in 2015, he was found not guilty due to insanity.
This man's an intelligent man. He was a nurse. He knew what he had to do, and he failed to do it. Hopefully the parole board does what's right. Revoke his good time.
That's Dean Tipton, Logan's father. State Republicans made a similar ask to the parole board, including Representative Daniel Pfister of Woodford County.
Make him serve his time as he should.
He's also pushing for Logan's Law, which would send people found insane to psychiatric facilities after prison, like Exantis.
He was convicted of stabbing 2 children and a father, but he was insane as far as the murder for Logan. Well, you can't have it both ways.
So Pfister also wants to limit a jury's ability to declare someone insane for one crime, but not another.
I understand the letter that lawmakers sent. I understand their concern and respect it. I understand other legislators that have said maybe we should look at this law again, and I'm willing to do so with them.
Governor Andy Beshear also said he supports all parole board votes seeking to keep Exantis imprisoned. A long road brought him back to Kentucky. Exantis will decide if he wants a parole hearing here or waive his right to one. In Oldham County, Ian Hardwick, WHAS 11 on your side.
So as you heard Ian just report there, if Exantis does choose a parole hearing, the parole board by law must hold one before the end of November.
Governor Andy Beshear said Kentucky State Police are still pursuing death threats made against the parole board after they were wrongly accused of voting to release Exantis.
And the news continues here at 5 on WHAS 11 News for you tonight. Hurricane Melissa leaving a trail of destruction now across Cuba, Haiti, and Jamaica. We're tracking its path and the latest death toll as the storm moves further through the Atlantic.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $754 million. Powerball, $400 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.